Big news, everybody. Kai just broke the sub record. Specifically due to us rating him on Sunday night.
Good job.
350 people.
Mm-hmm.
It made a huge difference. You could see our chatters coming in being like, hey, what's up, man? And he was like, he said the same thing as Muscle Party did. He said, this is the funniest chat I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. He was reading the fuck out of it.
Yeah, so I can't wait till he raids us.
Yeah, if he doesn't, I'm probably going to move to Kick. That's what I'm thinking about doing.
It's popping off over there. I saw you guys sharing some Kick links the other day, and the one that I clicked on was a guy trying to convince this girl with like novelty fake tits, like not convince, was trying to teach her how to install Discord on a computer instead of on her phone.
Is that hard?
Bro.
No.
I don't know.
No, I just think she's like, that's what she's using her phone as second monitor, so she's like, might as well have Discord on here.
Yeah,
there are young people who don't really know how to use PCs, which is kind of crazy. I guess it was the same thing when I was growing up. Like you hear people say that sometimes, that Zoomers or people even younger than that, they know iOS and Android really well, but they don't really know Windows or Mac
That's
OS.
me. I was very good with I was a fucking wannabe hacker type at like 15, so I got really good at Windows XP shit. Then once Windows XP kind of fell off, me too. With in regards to computer stuff, I just found out a life-changing trick this week that I probably knew in the past but forgot about. Control Shift Escape. How did I never know about that?
What does that do?
What does
Just
that one
opens
do?
up Task Manager without Alt Control deleting.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
just
that's been
do
around since fucking 2004 or
Oh
whatever.
shit!
I just do right click on Taskbar, Task Manager, and I also have the thing up so Task Manager is always on top. Because that's something that I figured out a year or two ago. If you have a full screen application that won't close, like if Fortnite is frozen or a game on your main monitor, and then you open Task Manager, even if you try to open it on your left monitor, on your second monitor, it'll be under the main app. So once you turn on always on top, then it's always on top and you can kill that
I
app.
put all my apps always on top because I thought it meant like number one, like fucking best in the world.
All my apps are number one.
Yeah.
My apps are bottoms.
They teach
me.
you. So I like taking OS classes and Linux classes. Like they teach you a lot of that stuff, and like it's nice to know some of those shortcuts, but you just never really have to use them because it's not
kind of
Control Shift Escape's pretty sweet. That's about it.
Yeah, it's
That's the one
nice.
I
It's like
use
when you
pretty
can
often.
remember it, it's great. But then it's like, I mean, like most people are just like, yeah, Control Delete, and it's like one more click. Oh
Yeah,
well,
it's really not.
so
that big of a
it's
deal.
funny that like there's all these like really nice handy shortcuts to things, or you can open up like a terminal and do all this shit, but it's like, well, you can also just right click to create a file.
That's a very boomer thing about me, and it really doesn't matter. Like I'm sitting at my computer usually doing something stupid, but like the extra steps don't matter. But man, I've realized it sort of recently, but I am the king of doing things the long way, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, so many people are. And even now, like I took that class and I can do this stuff, but even talking to my friends who work in like the computer industry, they're like, yeah, we don't do any of that because it's annoying to remember what you're supposed to do. And when it's just so easy to do, it's like a couple extra steps, but like you don't have to like remember what you need to type in. You just right click and you're there.
the last time I had to go like big computer mode, like I was when I was a little kid working on like shitty broken hand-me-down computers, was when last month my wife switched from Mac to PC because her Mac finally died.
Ooh, welcome.
And I had to figure out how to get the Mac files from the APFS file system onto Windows, make that readable in Windows, including folders with emojis in the names.
Damn.
And I had spent like 12 hours like in terminals and stuff and like running trying to set up a virtual machine and doing like registry commands to get the hard drive.
Dude,
to
she better giving you a steak and a blowjob after that, brother.
No, that's cool though. That stuff's fun.
Yeah, it was actually kind of like I remember spending a lot of time doing that kind of shit as a kid, like because for a lot of it I didn't have internet in my room. We didn't have Wi-Fi yet, so I would just have a computer with like Windows 98 second edition on it, and I would be like installing games or trying to like install different OSs or trying to like get the newest OS on a computer that came with Windows 3.1.
That's why you tinkered with shit back in the day. It was all hand me down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
had
had
to.
Yeah. And like kids fucked up computers so easily.
Yeah.
Or like if you finally have your PC exactly how you want it, then your parents make you share it with your siblings. And they fuck it up in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I had to work at McDonald's to get my first non-shit PC. I remember
You
I
stole
couldn't
it
play
from there?
StarCraft 2, and yeah, it was one of the
Stole the register.
registers, the POS systems. It
I
enabled me
can
to
count
play
on this?
Civ 5 and StarCraft 2 when those came out, and it was awesome.
You're playing StarCraft 2 with a Big Mac button and shit.
Yeah, going into grade 10, I worked all summer and I spent like most of the money that I like made to save or whatever on a new PC that was like $900. And I was really excited. And then I went out and bought a video card thing. I could just plug it in. And it was the wrong like fucking port or whatever.
PCIe versus PCI.
Yeah. I think I only had PCI and it was PCIe. And so then I had to like save up more and buy a new motherboard, which was like a real bitch to install at the time. Like, thank God my dad was in IT, but it was just like him standing over it for like 3.5 hours swearing as I like sat on my bed and was just like, ooh, what's going on? Is my computer fixed yet?
Yeah.
And then it could run fucking Oblivion, but like whenever there was a loading screen, it took about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'd just like pick up and noodle on my guitar for 5 minutes, then go in and play Oblivion until the next loading screen.
I was helped out so much then and now by whoever the guy on 4chan was that makes the tier list of like PC builds, where you know like all the stuff is going to be compatible. The RAM works with the motherboard, works with the whatever, and it's $900 exactly for the build. If I didn't have that, like I would buy the wrong RAM and be like, what? Am I putting it in sideways?
Yeah. That's why I never got a computer, because we had the family computer and I would game on that early on, and then once like Xbox Live came around, I was like, well, I don't really need to like play PC. I'm fine with like playing all this console shit, and also like computers are really annoying to deal with. And then like once you got to college, I was like, well, I want a laptop because I can take it everywhere. I don't want a desktop. I can't take my desktop to class.
Yeah,
so I just had laptops for the longest time, and I mean most of those like you can play a few games on those, but like especially some of the early ones, there wasn't, you can play anything. I remember like being excited and buying so hot. I remember buying Spore and like when I was like 18 or whatever, playing that on the computer and being like, this game looks so sick. You create so much shit, and then just being like, oh no, this kind of blows.
Yeah,
it's like fun
the original,
for like an hour.
No Man's Sky. People got so excited. It was like, this is going to be the best game that's ever come out. It's going to blow everything out of the water. And then it was okay.
I pirated it like right when it came out. Was super excited because of all that buzz, right? I'm like, this is next level. Like, and I played for so long, and then my save file was corrupted. And I got to like the fourth, or maybe I was even in like the final stage where you're like in space or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I like loaded up the next day and I was a little fucking Spore again. It made me so upset that I stayed up to 5 a.m. for nothing that I like never played again.
I used to get just like, I would play it so much and I would get bored once you're in space because it's not that fun. And so I would just like start again and like try new builds, tried new everything, because I was just in my dorm room just playing it and just being like, let's see how this works.
Yeah.
And you could run through the early stages real quick.
That ties into having shitty computers too. With strategy games like that, like if you play Civilization, the first couple 100 years are going to be fine, but when you get to late game, or like any Crusader Kings or any game like that, the more shit there is on the map, Stellaris especially, like you just can't run it at late game. It slows down so much, and then at that point also, it's like there's so much shit on the screen, there's so much stuff you have to micromanage that it's like tempting to be like, yeah, I missed the first hour of this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, it was kind of like more interesting to me to be like a fish in the ocean, just trying to like eat bigger fish, like some stupid iPhone game, than like trying to navigate through space with like just different weird aliens. I just didn't care.
I remember the first time I wanted an actual decent computer, my best friend was like an only child that would get whatever he wanted, so he'd upgrade his gaming computer like every 2 years. And at the end of the 2-year run for the Dell Inspiron 8200, which could run like PlanetSide at the time, like on Macs, is so nice for a pre-built whatever. I mean, very good. And I bought that from him for like, he gave me like a buddy price. It's like $100 or something insane. His parents probably paid like $3,500 for it at the time.
Good God.
And it might have been cheaper than that, I don't know. But it lasted. I played WoW on that until 2012, from end of 2005. And the reason I got it was when I was 17 and I was in Bosnia. This sounds like a fucking actual lying cousin story. When I was 17, I was in Bosnia. I found Doom 3 out early. Like, it literally sounds like a fucking cousin story. Here's the catch, though. It is I was dumb enough to where it's not a cousin story. It said PlayStation 2 on the box. Little did I know, I didn't read gaming magazines and shit. Doom 3 never came out for PlayStation. It was PC and Xbox. And I got home and from my trip, realized it didn't work on my PlayStation. It's fine. It was just this disc, but you know, PS2 you can play burnt shit on whatever. And I was like, that's weird, but you know, realized my mistake after some quick searching around online. But then I brought it over to my friend's house and on the computer that I'd eventually buy from him and put it in there, and it worked. And it was like it was like a month before it came out, but there's probably like a lot of type of leaks already at the time, but it's just burnt onto a disc, and I was just a dumb kid. I was like, yeah, we got it early. And it was in an internet cafe in Mostar, Bosnia for like $7.99 American.
I was gonna ask if you tried it, like what system it was for. So it was a PC game, but they put PlayStation.
Yeah, and it was
maybe it was someone who doesn't speak English,
sure
and PS and PC are like easily confused.
Maybe so.
Maybe that's what it was.
Well,
because like, why would you?
S and C. Well, here's the thing too. S and C is interchangeable in Cyrillic. C is S. So maybe that's what they meant.
Right.
So maybe it got labeled that way.
That does.
Or
make
it was a
sense.
scam that was
But,
like
yeah,
just a
they were probably
half-hearted
just-
scam.
Well, no, this is what would also make sense.
Made it
is,
seem legit.
The PS and PC thing, because well, I guess P would be different too though if it was Cyrillic. So it doesn't really make sense. But the game I remember like in default was the Russian dub or Russian version of it, like Russian text and shit.
Maybe just they did it to like make it seem more.
But like
legit,
it's just
decorated
Balkans.
it.
It's just Balkan shit, man. Like so
Yeah,
much pirating
exactly.
and fucking bootleg shit there everywhere. Like
It
if you
got
just go
to
on Street
China
View-
and they manufactured it. Then it made its way through Siberia into Russia.
Go on
into
Street View in
Ukraine.
Albania. Every city there's the PlayStation, Xbox, FIFA cafe, and they're all packed. So cool. I love it.
That
So,
unites
buy
the whole
good
world. Is
stuff.
FIFA.
Support piracy. Epic.
Big news this week. You've made a new enemy, huh?
Me?
Oh,
Me?
snack.
No,
pack?
Tom, yeah.
One of many, it seems like. Yeah, he's upset with me. He also made a block list centered around me and just me. Just like our dear friend Steven TV.
See, no one does that for me anymore. Arthur Chu made one of those for me, but I guess those days are behind me of getting people so mad that someone makes a block list specifically on anyone who follows me.
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know who's Snack Pack,
It's another day on planet Earth.
He's my best friend. We hang out. He's gonna be mad at this. He's gonna DM me on another account. Your fans are harassing me. Leave me alone. Snack Pack is he's a soft boy. He makes little soft boy music. He likes to hang out in his room. He is 30 years old. He is a man, grown man.
Grown boy.
But
He does like
He makes songs
Tiny
like-
Tim, Tiptoe Through the Tulips kind of
yeah,
stuff. But
he makes songs like Chuck E. Cheese Church. Real song that he made, by the way. Not
he's
great
been
video.
nominated for a shorty for Snapchatter of the Year.
Yeah, 2023.
No, I bet.
This is who you're beefing with?
I'm not beefing with anybody. I didn't beef. So it started what, this past summer.
Snapchatter of the year. He's just buying drugs on there. Hey, you got Molly?
Talking to people. This summer, I was just retweeting him because it's just, I like to do that, right? It's fun to just retweet
Yeah.
stuff that people like.
It's awesome.
And just like I do with that Ali Spagnola lady who like is like, oh, I mean, Roddy Rich's song "The Box" in this fur-covered room.
I did Old Town Road played on the toilet.
Yeah, and so I was just retweeting him a bunch, and then
shit.
people were like replying with like to the retweet, just be like, Tom, no, and so he kind of got like super anxious and just blocked me, and then he unblocked me when someone told him to, and then he followed me. And I told him I forgave him. And so then he talked to me for a while. And then on Clanecast, we were making fun of him.
Mhm.
Well, and I guess he got word. I don't know how.
He listened.
And he blocked, he might have. He blocked us all. And then we blocked him. And then he sent $5 to a female listener of Clanecast through PayPal and asked, why are they talking to me about me on Claimcast? I don't understand. What did I do wrong?
Oh my god!
And then a month later, he did a chargeback for that $5 on PayPal.
Oh, that's so awesome.
This guy's
bastard.
cool. I like him now.
And
Shouldn't
so-
he have
yeah.
Shouldn't he have enough notifications that's not going to tilt him?
I don't know.
No.
Aren't you
But
like
then-
a famous
Fuck no.
Well, I mean
But
not based on his actual existing follower count. I mean like he's been doing the same fucking shtick for like 13 years.
Yeah,
He
but that's
reminds
not
me
the
of-
end of it.
And
Because
Tom retweets him, and he's thinking about that for a month. Like, I guess he doesn't have any real fans.
Yeah.
So I blocked him because he kept DMing me. He kept DMing Drew and Nate, and like just trying to bother us. And so we all blocked him. And then every once in a while, I would retweet some of his stuff if someone reminded me, because I was just like, oh, this is funny. And then I don't see it because he's blocked, so it never appears on my timeline. And then he blocked me because I went on a retweet spree, retweeting like 6 of his posts, and people were like, "This sucks. I hate this." So he blocked me, got upset. Yeah, and then so he got mad at me, and then I found on the For You page was the Snack Pack lyric bot that he runs, and so I started retweeting
That
that.
sucks that he runs it, by the way. It's like when people made their own underscore ebooks account. Like,
Yeah.
you're not interesting enough to have a bot about you. Don't kid yourself.
So he has that, and I don't think it's a bot. I think he just tweets out his own lyrics and posts them, because I was retweeting that one a bunch, and then he DM'd me 2 days ago, and that I found yesterday, and was like, let me just read it out loud.
DM'd you from the bot.
From the
So cool.
from the bot account.
quote unquote bot.
He said, "Leave me alone, Tom. I get you may be harmless, but your audience is very harmful, frowny face. Please leave me alone," with 2 E's. And then I got blocked. And so I got blocked. And I guess people were like going to his YouTube page and like saying like, "Oh, this shit sucks." And they're like, "Go watch Tom."
So you're another cryptid in another person's life.
Yeah, I'm just a net. He sat in his room
That is-
for months whimpering, just thinking about me. And
Yeah.
just like, and it makes me feel so good knowing that I have gotten, every time I saw someone post a screenshot of Steven TV blocking them, I just had a big smile on my face because like, you know what? It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
It is awesome.
So
You know what,
it's
though,
a huge
Tom?
confidence boost.
Whenever somebody gets played out because of like a guy that I found, like you and Steven,
Oh,
how
yeah.
you really boosted him, but then he got played out quick because everyone just got too into him. I wish all those guys did that, where they're like, no, now none of you can see me easily.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's fun. It's nice. It's the same, like,
Yeah,
Like
it's good.
reset.
When if one of those guys blocks everybody after 2 months, and it becomes
Yeah.
harder to like find their. You have to dig for it more. Like Steven TV doesn't post a lot of good shit, really. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
it's
his
funny how
replies are
often
very
he
funny.
replies, but like
yeah.
the content of his posts.
Don't
are
get me
not
wrong, I
that
love
good.
seeing it filtered through Discord.
Yeah, it's great. It is funny, but within reason, right? Like, you don't need 18
Aaron can't
people
talk
posting.
on this subject because he's fucking in love with Steven and checks this page daily.
Yeah, he
but-
rocks.
but
No,
you
I
can't-
But on the Snap, I almost said Snap Pack, Snapchat,
Should call him
Snapchat,
that.
Snack
It's a goat.
Pack, Snapchat, Snack Pack. He, it kind of reveals that he cares so much about the online shit. Like he has this image of being like, "Oh, I'm just the carefree guy. I love skipping barefoot through the flowers, and I'm just all about positivity and love." And then he's actually like, "Fuck, someone's fucking making fun of me somewhere. God damn it! Someone on the fucking internet thinks I'm cringe. This is fuck. I worked so hard on this."
And
Yeah.
what's annoying is I've never even said a bad word, like, on Twitter.
Yeah, and you could.
I've blocked Twitter.
You could, man. He's literally a fucking like a Rogan
I know
bot
I could.
clone.
And I've said terrible things about him, but
He's another boost house type guy where like
yes.
the reason where it's been typed, he's the reason the word allegations with no vowels has been typed like 80 times. Like those types of guys.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah,
to
so-
be fair, he has not been accused of anything. Snapback has not been
no.
accused
We're
of.
just being stereotypical of that. I'm a
Yeah.
backpack guy and I'm sweet and I'm 30 and I'll never make you hurty, but I'll make you squirty. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm surprised that there haven't been allegations, just based on my general thoughts on guys like that, like
Yeah, but
the Never Shout Never guy and like Owl City. It's just such a weird, creepy,
the soft
like,
boy
yeah.
aesthetic where it's like, "Oh, I'm too caring to hurt you, so just trust me with everything." Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's funny to get blocked for stuff when all you're doing is retweeting. And of course, I'm aware I'm retweeting maliciously, but I thought you'd like, I'm boosting you. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he knows that his shit is so like self-evidently cringe that when you retweet it, he's like, oh, they're making fun of me.
Yeah, why can't you just move on and start making like dark wave shit? You're 30 now. Like, get sad and wear darker clothes.
Yeah, the Never Shout Never guy, he has like a grindcore band now.
Yeah, it's called Never Shit Never.
Never Shit Never. He's on opiates too.
But it's just I just have these guys that are just like terrified of me, and I'm just smiling, just having the time of my life, retweeting, just existing.
Yeah, but can we just say it again? Grow up. To him, not you.
It is.
So
it's so awesome.
With Steven TV, this is an original thought. So like, shout out whoever I read this from.
You're welcome.
But it is like pretty ironic that he has in his own right become an internet micro celebrity, but like not for a reason that he would ever want or even like really recognize.
That's technically all of our big guys.
Yeah, that's literally every guy we have.
Yeah.
Where, like, to a certain extent, they have.
Jack's the most famous one.
Yeah, like these guys, they're like, I mean, celebrities know about them. Like, some of the biggest people in the world will know about them, and like
also
they
Jack.
just won't understand like that.
Biggest people.
Yeah,
they
there was
just don't
someone.
get it. They're so oblivious of it all.
Someone on the Mikey Miles subreddit, I think, posted a screenshot of a Drill tweet, and they were like, "Does Drill know about Mikey Miles?" Yes.
Yeah, it's so funny to think about that guys like Steven TV are just like, I just got 70 followers on my YouTube, awesome. And then you just have people like Nate Roos, like obsessed with him, fun, reading every single tweet he's ever made. It's like, and you have no idea, like, you just bring the immense pleasure to thousands of people,
Andrew,
but just not in the way.
Listening to fun on the radio. Give me a second, I'm trying to get your pizza late.
In those, like, I don't feel bad about making those guys, like, giving those guys exposure because they're desperately trying to become famous. It's like when people audition for American Idol and fuck up. They're like, those people are like, they're begging for attention. They're like, I want to be on TV. Put me in. Put me in. Put me on TV.
Of being like the spuds of the earth, they are fucking horrible people.
Yeah, exactly.
They're clout goblins.
Yeah,
that's
but they're
what,
also just like actually hateful.
Yeah, they're very hateful.
Dorks.
Well, there's a reason that like I went after Jamie Sweaty was because he started posting super hateful
you were
stuff,
jealous of
and he
him.
pissed me off. Yeah, I just wanted to see the top of his head.
You wanted to see his cock, and we got it.
I did see it. That was a great day. But
I have it on my phone the other day, and it scared me.
I have it on my phone saved twice, man. I remember where I was when he posted. When Drew texted me that he posted his cock in the fleet.
I was at my friend's bathroom.
Yeah, my friend's parents' house for breakfast, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom," and I just looked at his cock.
It's like what a cheater does. You're like, let me go see that cock.
But it's because we've talked about it before, where like we have our guys, but then I'm most liable to just attack them and go after them.
Yeah.
But only because they start being so shitty and they start being so like awful. Well, like people always post, like they'll post like, oh no, I wish Jamie Sweaty was here. He was so funny. It's like, no, motherfucker, I chased him off the website. I got his wife to delete his account. Okay, I did that. I can control so much.
You didn't block him. You cock blocked him.
Yeah. So
that's why I got blocked by Json, because he posted some horrible bigoted shit about trans people.
Yeah.
And then I replied to it, have you shit your pants yet today, Json? And then he replied to it trying to like riff with me, being like, or some incomprehensible gibberish. And then like throughout the day, he realized that my reply to him got like 58 likes and his got 1. And he was like, oh, everybody's making fun of me because I shit my pants every day and I'm incontinent and I wake up with delirium tremens at 6 in the morning.
He follows me, so like I'll quote tweet him making fun of him and he'll reply with something like real fucking stupid. Like the other time he replied just like #Kung Fu, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
And your ass.
Yeah, exactly. And then he gets like, like no faves or anything, and like, you know, he's sort of sitting there stewing, but he's like, oh, this guy follows me, I follow him. He's quote tweeting me, it's cool. Like, so all right, I can't do anything.
It's fun to think about him refreshing the fucking notifications over and over with his stupid font, his boomer font. So cool, man.
I mean, I don't think you can have like, it's like, okay, oh, he can't sleep, and it's like, well, he's staring at his phone, just getting wasted and like smoking weed and just doing insane shit all day long with two TVs on at full volume. Like, oh no shit, he can't sleep. I mean, what do you think is going to happen, man?
He's
That's
like
soothing.
He does gooning. Yeah. He does gooning, but for shows that suck. So watches all of them.
Just watching like a season of shit my dad says. Best show ever.
Yeah, he's just he's gooning to 3 different Steven Seagal movies from 2003.
We'll call it comsooning.
Comsooning.
But yeah, like I don't know, like I just don't feel that bad for a lot of those guys, and it's nice to. They think they can just post whatever they want. They think not that they live in this anonymous space, but they're like, well, it's my page and it's my opinions and I can do what I want. It's like, no, you can't do what you want. I'm going to make sure you can't enjoy being online as long as I'm around. Yeah, I will make your life miserable. Oh, it's very easy.
It just takes it, like Json specifically. He is such a coward and a pussy that if one person replies to him, like if he posts some, like he'll post like the T slur or something, or a meme about how it's funny to roofie women's drinks, and then someone will reply to him like, delete this, and then he will actually delete it and then post for like a week straight. He'll block 30 people and then post for a week straight about, but I don't know why everybody's yelling at me when I get offended. And it's like, it's awesome. Like, he shouldn't be able to enjoy anything.
The initial tweets is my favorite, when he just like starts, the first 5 are just all caps. And that's happened to me.
The one night I started I got real annoyed with him, and I started a private, like not a locked, just a anonymous account, and he was posting stuff, and every tweet I would just reply like, you suck, Json, fuck you, not funny. And he would just reply LOL or like favorite, and then I would delete it. Like after he acknowledges, I would delete it, and then I would do it again. And then I'd delete it, and I'd do it again, I'd delete it, I'd do it again, and delete it. And he eventually posted, I got all these people yelling at me, all these people telling me, they're all so fucking pissed at me, and it's just me on one account.
Not even changing the name.
You should have kept changing the name of the picture.
He was too drunk. I didn't have to. He was too drunk. He thought like this account, and like, because those tweets are gone, and so he just assumed it's like, oh, all these other accounts, I can't find them.
You know what this reminds me of? All-timer tweet from @SeatSniffa, which is Loby. Yikes, Json, you're better than this. Jason, trying to stir fry a lizard before it escapes from his pan.
Yeah, he's not better than anything, man.
No.
He's like 48 years old, and he has literally nobody who will talk to him.
Because you can't be like, oh, Json, do better. It's like, no, he can't do better. He's just like in state, like just in a fugue state.
Json is that guy that wakes up drunk and dehydrated, trying to drink the woman made out of water.
He's chasing a minion around the house, trying to eat it every day.
Yeah, like just cooking a minion.
It runs under the couch, and then he gets and looks under the couch, and it runs somewhere else.
Just he's like taking a picture, like, a super like blurry picture of just like a sliced minion, like a cartoon, like where it's like yellow skin and then just like a bone in the middle.
Yeah, there's a bunch of yellow goop in the sink. That's its blood.
Alex's Json voice there. Alex's Json voice sounded like Creole.
Close enough.
Well, I mean, Creole did come from like the Cajun accent that comes from Caribbean contact. Yeah, he should kill a minion.
Oh, I think he has. I think he's for sure cooked up a minion.
The minions are attracted to him because they're attracted to the most evil person.
It'd be funny if they were just chasing around Hezbollah.
They're trying to recruit Hezbollah.
Jason's movie called Despicable My Ass.
Oh god, it's just so annoying. Even today, he posted like something about his Chick-fil-A order like having pickles on it, and was just so mad that it had pickles on it, and like they didn't take it off. And it's like, who fucking cares, man? It's fast food. What do you give a shit? You're not allergic to pickles. They're not going to kill you. Take them off yourself.
Good.
Yeah, pickles are great.
Do you guys want to hear my new character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the Nazi who smokes weed for the first time.
Oh.
Yo, you know how in the Minions movie, like, they don't show how they're in World War II because they would have followed Hitler? What if the reason that they don't show it is because when they looked for the most evil guy in the world in the 40s, it's FDR?
Oh. That's such a cool character.
That's my new character.
Stoner 1488 420.
Stoner 42088.
Bro, I'm fucking so high. I feel like I'm in the fucking Luftwaffe. It's great. Cool character, Alex. Stoner Nazi. We'll bring that one back soon.
That's
Sure, we'll
that's
find a reason.
most MAGA people, I think.
I'm gonna put
Most
that in my
QAnon
SNL
people.
package if you don't mind.
that's at odds with my character. Guy who hates Nazi. He's getting a tattoo of the swastika, but with like the line through it. But he has to get the swastika first and wait for it to heal before he can get the line.
That's what Edward Norton had to do after American History X. He got that real tattoo on his chest. Then he had to get a line through it to say, "I'm against this."
Yep.
It's like, hold on, guys. Like, I gotta wait for it to heal first.
It would have been too
before I
expensive
can
to get it removed.
Well, it fucking hurt so bad I became hateful and I didn't get it finished.
I'll get him down one of these days.
No, there actually used to be a no symbol over it. I got it removed. It hurt like a motherfucker.
You go to a Nazi tattoo artist to get it tattooed on you by a Nazi, and then the second he puts the needle in, you're like, ow! Man, I hate you. I hate whatever ideology you support. Because you hurt me. You're so scared of the needle that you freak out, and it has an association in your brain with Nazism now, and you're like, I hate Nazis.
Guy that I mean, it's super common for people to pass out when they're getting their blood drawn or whatever. But like, imagining a guy going to get a tattoo alone, just fucking passing out. The guy's like, oh fuck. It has to happen though.
Mikey Miles live streamed himself getting his tattoo, his angel wings.
Oh man,
He kept moving around.
He looked like the fucking caterpillar at the end of A Bug's Life. The wings on the center of his back, all tiny.
If you're a tattoo artist and a little freak like him comes up and like, can I get these angel wings on the back? Like, all right, whatever.
You gotta give him the swastika.
He's like, man, this guy's getting the worst tattoo I could ever do.
Though the wings were so bad because he like clearly didn't want to spend more than $300 or whatever. So the guy just like made him small and rushed it.
They're like, well, I can do it for $300, but I can't shade it or fill it.
Imagine seeing him at the gym pop his fucking shirt off and he's got these tiny little wings, man.
Yeah, it really is like the caterpillar with the little wings.
Yeah, I'm a beautiful butterfly. Fuck.
It's so awesome. And then he got like the Saint Michael stabbing the guy tattoo.
Bro, Mikey Miles, he's really like an angel that
masks,
he's like a baby
right?
bird on the he's like baby bird dying on the sidewalk angel. Like he fell out of heaven on the sidewalk. It's like, wow!
Yeah, with the little stunted wings and the little tuft of hair on the top.
The beak nose, the bird hair. Yeah.
I think about that so much when you said it like 4 years ago that he looks like a bald baby bird that fell out of the nest.
It's him, man.
He does.
He really does. Barry kicked him out of the nest.
He looks particularly bad recently.
Yeah,
the
I think
photo
he has
posted
AIDS.
like a couple days ago.
He did say in those texts, "I'm worried I have AIDS," and he doesn't really understand how condoms work. I don't think.
I think
this funny tweet that said in sincerity, I'm worried I have AIDS. Did you skip something, bro?
I think he just like doesn't know how to eat. I think he has like bugs in his system as well as his house.
Yeah, there are cockroaches everywhere.
He just, God, man, he's so foul.
He has a nutrient deficiency because he's obsessed with drinking full glasses of milk when he's lactose intolerant. As a middle-aged Jewish man, that's like, they're the guys who have allergies. He's got all these allergies.
He should chew up his food before he eats it. Have someone else do it.
He's like, oh, my stomach's off. You gotta watch what you eat, man. Come on.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure his dad does.
Yeah, of course he does. I feel bad after I eat this. Well, I guess I shouldn't eat this. Like, pretty easy for me to avoid that.
I take a lactate pill if I have milk or ice cream because I'm like a little bit lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna risk it,
Yeah.
Because lactate pills are cheap. You can just take one and you're good.
But also, you're not drinking like glasses of whole milk every single day because you think it's going to make you taller.
No, or you can just drink Fairlife.
Fairlife's goated.
I haven't had this feeling about people in a long time. Like, this is a very 2014 feeling, but how you get depressed seeing somebody that's like not making it in the big city and you're like, just go back to your hometown. You'd be so much happier. Like, it's fine. Come back in a little bit, whatever. Mm-hmm. Mikey is that guy for years now. Like, holy fuck, his life would be 90% better if he just fucking moved back to slightly upstate New York.
The problem is that he's like a local legend up there now.
I don't think the 2 mile walk to the Target can happen anymore.
Like people know his family. They know his brother. Like if he had done that a while ago, it might have worked. But he's kind of.
But he also like burned all of his bridges with. Like
that's the thing. Like he's had so many chances where when he was like 24, he could have moved back to his parents' hometown. He could have lived with his dad. in probably a spare room they had, or just his childhood bedroom for free. And then he could have done construction with his brother, but he said, no, I want to go to New York so I can have no friends, not go anywhere, and go to 0 auditions and be unemployed.
I love to imagine him doing construction, walking around with like a screwdriver and a hammer in his belt.
Like Tommy Pickles.
Just a big... Just a big 2x4 clonking.
They put a fence around him to keep him in.
He's got a 2x4 in the corner, just smacking it with a hammer. There's no nail or anything.
I mean, he's Buster, and the rest of them on the construction site.
Oh my god. Yeah, Mikey wearing his leather jacket while he's carrying shit. Come on, Mikey. Take that goddamn Korean leather jacket off.
Oh, and another thing we learned recently is that apparently in the New York sex worker universe, they have ratings for people.
Yeah,
so you can get a bad rating
site.
just like if you deliver a pizza.
There's a black book site for Joes for sex workers to double check references and
which
stuff.
Is good.
It's great. And Mikey is a no. He's an F rating. Yeah, they call him a rapist.
Yeah, they say he's a rapist.
He keeps trying to take the condom off.
Oh my god!
Like I think they catch him doing it, but like, why the fuck are you taking the condom? What are you doing?
Unfortunately, his dad loved to do that too.
Provider says this client is dangerous, a robber, rapist. Incident details weren't given.
Robber?
I wonder what he robbed.
Well, I think maybe
it's
his money
insane that he's never been killed by a pimp. Like he said in those texts that he's had pimps messaging him, threatening to beat him up and stuff, and he'll just
like
the
pimps are leftists.
Yeah, first of all,
they're kind pimps. Yeah,
yeah. Brooklyn.
He's probably going.
Yeah, the Brooklyn. He's sleeping with the Brooklyn biatch.
Yeah, the Brooklyn biatch's pimp, the benevolent pimp, was like, he's probably going through some shit mentally. We should give him some weeks to sort the shit out. And if he doesn't sort the shit out, I'll fucking kill him. I'll kill the bastard.
His mom died in 2004. That's what he likes to bring up.
She died in 9/11. She was still sad about it.
If she was still alive, she would also be not taking his phone calls.
No,
so it doesn't make too much of a difference.
I think the real reason Mikey hasn't been hurt is that they're like, they tell the pimps like, what's he look like? And they're like, I truly can't describe it. Kind of like a baby bird on the sidewalk. He's got his beak and these feathers.
Yeah, he's 4'8".
He's got these little wings on his back.
45 pounds. So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. They see a picture of him. They're like, well, fuck. Well,
he's gonna fall into a manhole or something.
Did you see, by the way, another 90 days has passed since the last time he added an inch to his height, so he added another one.
I saw that 5'7".
He was claiming to be 5'7" now, which is so crazy because he's maybe 5'1".
Mm-hmm. Someone replied to him and goes, Mikey, if you can prove you're 5'7", I'll PayPal you $500. Not trying to hate, just thought it'd be some great content. And Mikey replied and said, DM me.
I don't know how you get like that. Like it's one thing to be like 5'9" and you say you're 5'10", but to be 5'1" and you're saying you're 5'7" and people can just see you. That's why I don't do that. That's why I don't say I'm not saying I'm 5'6".
I had a friend that shot up to about 5'8" when we were pretty young, to the point where like he put his height in his AIM profile, saying like 5'10" or something. Anyway, eventually, a couple years later, all of us got taller, and he was definitely not even 5'10". Mm-hmm. Motherfucker was just like average height, maybe
just
5'8".
the early grower. We had I had guys that I grew up with like that.
It's funny too because they were tall in my head for years after that. But I'm like, I'm taller than this guy.
They got to like 5'7" as like 7th graders.
Yeah, I was about to say 12 years old.
Yeah, and then it was like,
this guy's gonna be in the NBA.
Like, yeah, this kid's like kind of athletic. He's probably the best athlete in the class. And then like 3 years later, never grows. And like
doesn't make any teams.
They hit puberty at that time, and they still think they're like the best athlete because like, well, in 12th grade, like when I was 12, like, man, I was picked first on the AAU team. I should be playing.
There was one kid though. I remember I forget he played college football too. I played football with him in 8th grade. He was one of those kids where he was sort of bigger. The first year I knew this kid, like before we played football, he's sort of bigger and like that. Where I was like, damn, this kid's good. He's he was the same age as all of us, but seemed like 3 years older, just really early fucking puberty or whatever. But then like the next year for 8th grade, he was already like fucking college sized. He was our running back. 8th grade football is the most important guy in the field.
Yeah, of course.
Motherfucker ran like 40 yards a game.
That's all because you couldn't throw the ball because no one could really throw it well. And
guess who could throw the ball? Him.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. He could do everything.
That kid was cool as hell.
That's why my one of my good friends, like when we would play backyard football, he played football in like college, and like we just made him be the all-time QB because none of us could really tackle him. He's like 6'4" and like 230, and all of us were like scrawny kids in high school.
I like to make the best athlete quarterbacks. I'm like they want it anyway, and I don't have to fucking try to tackle them.
Exactly. It's like this.
I'm gonna go cover this kid that can't catch. Dude, I used to get pissed at that. I was a fucking amazing. I'm still I can catch and I can throw very accurately. I have very sure hands to the point where I would get fucking pissed at my friends. Like, why, that's a perfect fucking throw. It was right in your. Why don't you like? Some people just can't catch. They don't have that coordination. I used to get so fucking like so mad. I couldn't understand why people couldn't catch like me.
I can catch, but I can't throw. Obviously, I can't like catch in the air. I don't have a big vertical.
You can jump. He's 72-inch vertical.
My advantage was
I have the reflexes
brothers.
to grab stuff.
I just had brothers that wanted to fucking play sports for literally like 8 hours straight. So
oh yeah,
just
being a
got
kid.
that way.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. Just go out into the yard, just like play tackle football for like 6 hours, and then come back in and be like, oh, I feel a little sore. And then I remember doing that, like going into high school and doing that one time and being like, fuck, I can't really do this as much. This kind of sucks.
I have to heal for a week.
Yeah.
Man, that was me. Oh God. I think age 23 that summer, I would play Friday and Saturday. I would play volleyball leagues and play every single game of the night for like 5 hours straight. I was still pretty fat too, but I'd sacrifice my body laying out completely horizontally, crushing my ribs and shit. And then still also drinking malt liquor every single night after. Like, holy fuck. That's what you do at that age, I guess. But
yeah,
Jesus
Christ.
That's
what I did. 22, I'm just 23 saying was just like,
if I did that now, I would die.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh God, yeah.
I would be walking like an old man and farting disgusting corpse farts from the malt liquor.
Yeah, there's an enzyme in your stomach that can digest Old English that disappears after you turn about 25.
Yeah.
Trying to drink like a Steel Reserve now, just dying.
Oh my God,
like just
man!
falling down and dying.
If I smelled some fucking Steel Reserve right now, I'd probably gag.
Alcohol sucks. It sucks that it has to go in your stomach and it has calories and stuff.
No, it doesn't. Just shove it up your ass.
Yeah, it's
way
true.
easier.
It does suck that it has calories, but I do
up your ass.
Do you guys remember that that was the little epidemic in like summer 2009, at least around here, where the news was talking about
chugging,
yeah. That's so cool.
Which is like intensely painful if you do it, and it's like
it doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it doesn't.
it would feel like pouring iodine all over an open wound, but on your vagina, and it would get you as drunk as like taking half a shot of vodka.
It's like funny to me.
That's why no one did it.
Like, because like there was the tampon soaked with like vodka and like, oh, shove it up your ass or whatever. But like the guys who did that were also just like violent homophobes. Just,
yeah.
Like if you even insinuated that they were gay, they were going to like get in your face and try to fight you. But then they're like all huddled together, just being like, oh, put this up my ass, man. Oh, yeah.
I loved
like guys who were into Jackass.
Yeah, especially American homophobic high schoolers. It was always like, I'm not fucking gay. I'm gonna beat your ass and pee on you. All right, that's kind of gay.
Yeah. The kids who were the most into the Jackass movies were the ones who said the F slur the most.
Mm-hmm. That was actually the most homophobic. That was the most based Nip Tuck episode though, when Maddie was transphobic after he found out about Cherry Peck. He's like, you got a dick, and then his dad was all disappointed in him and shit, and he's like, did I fuck up? And then the next day, a group of trans women like stalked him on the street and beat his ass, and they all peed on him. And the scene ends, and he's just going, ugh! You see like 6 streams of pee just coming on his face. I'm like, man, Nip Tuck's awesome. That show's cool.
That's the Tuck.
That was like 2005 or 6 too.
Yeah.
Man, that show was funny because that was the show where like I worked in Romeo, Michigan at the time at a car wash with a bunch of guys that you'd expect to be working. That's where Kid Rock was from. A bunch of 30-year-olds working with me, and I was like, a teen at the time. And we'd all come in after Nip Tuck Day, though. And like that night, we'd come in the next morning and be talking about it. And it was just, imagine like the dumbest, like flat brim fucking Leader Mountain Dew guy sitting around being like, so with trans people, like talking about the issues, like getting to the bottom of it. And there's only one smart guy, this guy Joe. And he was like a teacher that was also working there. And he was just like, would set them straight on everything. They'd be like, huh, cool.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. High school teacher working at the car wash.
Yep.
Huh?
What happened to that guy?
He was black, if that helps narrow it down.
Well,
that doesn't really in particular.
I'm just thinking maybe we could pitch a show about this.
Oh,
I don't think it would ever work.
I thought you were talking about one of the guys we watched, but then I'm thinking, what's his face? Definitely was not a teacher. Greg Durant.
No, that's not true.
Car wash guy.
He on his Facebook profile, I'm sure it said like teacher at School of Hard Knocks.
No, I'm thinking of Hindenburg from Beacon Bad.
No, that group. I've talked about those guys from the car wash before. That group really helped form my fucking sense of humor in a positive way. Surprisingly, for that time. That was like
never got
watching
offended.
Chappelle's show new episodes era. Like, yeah,
you never got
exactly.
offended.
Yeah, they were calling me everything.
I was calling them everything. They were calling me everything.
You could never make it in the car wash.
You could never make it in the car wash business.
Thinking back to that group, though, they were surprisingly woke, and it did help that we had a pretty diverse crew. So there was like nobody was racist because like you get fucking
you get your ass bit. Yeah, you're in Romeo. Like, I mean, you don't do that.
You're around
that.
people enough.
No,
you just have to. You can't be racist.
It is nice to think back though and be like, their jokes are still things that I think back and I still laugh at now. One of the best things there was I've talked about before with the stupid book. It was this big binder that looked official, but it was just like college ruled paper inside, and then just quotes from people that worked there over the years of stupid shit they said. You'd write it down and put it back on the shelf, and it was like 100
your
something
own
pages.
R-word sheet.
Yep. And it was shit like blue whales can stay underwater for 7 years, and like just so much good shit. Like just facts that pull out their ass.
True.
The guy that said that was this guy Bill. Bill, I still see I think the last time I saw him was pre-pandemic at the disc golf course, which makes sense. And he was the king of that book. He had so many good ones of just you would half remember facts and make up the numbers for it and shit. Very good.
Just trying to make yourself seem so smart. So you just like
he also
think
heard
of
like
something.
he heard they found like petrified wood that they think was Noah's Ark. Like, you know, those stories come up in especially like Christian websites over the years and shit. But he fucking dead ass just thought they found the Ark on a mountain. Like, whoa, there it is. They came to rescue your shit.
Mount Sinai.
Fucking, oh man, it's full of animal skeletons. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's awesome when they say they found the Ark of the Covenant. Like, that's not even a real thing. That was a metaphor.
No, it's hidden in a church in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
It might be there. I don't know.
Those
It's not
guys
that
just
far away.
like they go on a website, they go on like MSN and like scroll down into like the bottom where you get like the low tier ads, and it's just like 10
like
of the
ones that
greatest
say
jobs
Chum Lee
and
died.
low.
Those guys all think Chum Lee died from Pawn
Imagine
Stars.
even back then, like when it's that type of guy, but like where would you even get that type of news? Like that's reading like the fucking Bat Boy.
The National Enquirer. Just
Fucking
waiting,
Bad Boy
blocking
is
the
real,
line.
though. He was a good dude.
Blocking the line to the like in the grocery line just because you're reading that magazine.
You know who's great for that? Is Derek from the Fatty universe.
Oh yeah.
Because he will say shit like, the other day I was watching like a comedy stream he was on for a few minutes, and when I tuned in, he was saying something. He was saying, "Did you know that Willy Wonka was based on a true story? There was a real guy who owned a chocolate factory, and he invited a bunch of kids there and then killed them." And someone was like,
Whoa.
"Are you sure?" And then they kind of dropped it. And there was another time where he said, "I heard John Cena died. I saw something the other day about John Cena's funeral." And it's like, how do you didn't even look it up. You're just like, "Oh, John Cena died."
There's always some guy sitting there in a hat that looks like Beaker the Muppet that goes like, "Yup" to whatever he's saying. The
Yeah,
guy's name
It's
is
a hype
Spud.
man.
yeah.
Every group needs their
The
hype
guy that
man.
looks like an alien. It's crazy that that's still going. Like they've kind of distilled it down to the core ingredients of just sitting there on the stream, and
Well, that's
they
how
don't
I feel
even
about
really.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
We
kind of in
figured
our
out.
fat he era.
We
Oh,
figured it
yeah.
out. They
Oh,
figured
yeah.
it out.
Yeah, I've been sitting in my car. No,
Yeah,
unlike
I've been-
Fat He, I actually got a tooth pulled this week. I didn't let it just fester and make
No,
my
and
face
just,
larger.
and just fall asleep.
Bro, no, you could probably, at the end of the VOD on Sunday, I kept getting up. I was in so much fucking pain, and then I was in pain until like 5 in the morning. Then I went in right when the dentist opened. Shout out to my dentist, though. I called them at like 9:50. They're like, come in at 10:30, keep you here. I'm like, yup. I was in the chair at 10:29. The tooth was up at like 10:43, and I was home by 10:59.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's-
it's quick.
They are the most well-oiled machine ever. And he gave
You
me
still
no
got
meds.
a bunch in there too.
He gave me no meds this time. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, nah, don't worry about it. Just take stuff over the counter, but it's not gonna be that bad. Like the last couple times they gave me shit, this dude, I was so impressed because it was intense. Like heard the cracking and feel it all when he's yanking it out, like nightmare type shit. But then I thought it was still in, and he's like, all right, bud, all done. See you later. Thanks, man. And like that was it. Great. And
I wish Chet was here
barely any
to
pain-
hear all
barely any
this
pain today.
fucking, all this positive dentist chatter.
Yeah.
Hey, you would have loved it.
Yeah, good thing that dentist didn't kill himself because you were rude in the chair.
No, he said thank you because I had like no reaction to any of the painful shit that most people do. I gave him a heads up. I was like, nothing you do will hurt worse than the pain that I went through last night. I was like, I have a very high pain tolerance, and I was like crying.
That's
Lord.
me every day of my life.
That
Walking,
nerve
telling
is just like right in that, like
Yeah,
listen.
it was just right on the nerve.
right in the
And it was-
where you
and
like
it was on
you
my
get hit in the
nerves.
nose and your eyes water. It's like that sort of yeah.
The
Or
doctor
you're
taking
popping a
my,
zit in your nose and you cry.
Yeah, I
doctor
was
taking
just
my
thinking that
blood
one,
pressure. Just being like,
Oh.
trust me, the pain of this is gonna hurt worse than every day of my
Yeah.
life.
Hey, that's other
Okay.
W news though. I saw my doctor. My blood pressure is still perfect.
Let's go.
120, 122 over 78. I'll take it.
Suck it, haters.
They I
Like
gave
anyone
blood.
ever thinks I'm like,
Fuck you,
my haters-
JKM.
My haters said I was running high tensive. I'm not. I'm
No.
not hypertensive. I'm
I'm low
hypotensive.
I'm medium tensive.
I got no
Yeah.
blood.
I'm
I
tensive.
gave it all.
I gave some blood on Monday, and I have to go back for a physical. But I went to the doctor for the first time in like, I think pre-COVID, and it was funny because like I walked in and they did like just the standard things like, oh, let's get your weight, let's do all this, and then they looked at my file. And she looked at me and she's like, you lost a lot of weight. And I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, when's the last time you were in here? I was like, I think 2020 early. And she's like, oh, wow, you haven't been in a while. Do you need to like do like a physical? And I was like, yeah, probably, I guess. Now that I actually have like insurance, I might as well.
I had that too recently. I went to the doctor in the first time in 2 or 3 years, and I had lost 20 pounds. They were like,
Nice.
"Oh, that's awesome! I didn't even know that happened."
My last 3 visits were pre-COVID. I was like a certain weight. Then like middle of COVID, I put on like 28 pounds. Then the last like 2 times was back down to like pre-COVID weight. So I lost like 30 or so too.
But I just kept thinking, I was
Awesome.
like, oh yeah, like I wonder, like my doctor's going to look at me. But it's funny because like my doctor is just a big fat guy. And he's like, oh, good
Yeah.
job, man. Like, yeah, it was pretty
Guy
easy. Not
treating
bad.
him,
He's like,
guy
yep.
treating him like he's a chef. No, that's the kind of doctor you want. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
He knows all about the body. He's testing things out on
You
himself.
know why I trust that doctor? Because he knows what's good for you, but still chooses not to do it because he loves
Yeah,
food
it's
so
like
much.
you don't trust a skinny chef because he's not eating his own food.
You don't trust a skinny doctor.
No, yeah, you don't trust the skin. No one wants. Well, you gotta get you a sandwich. Put some, skin and bones, doc.
Writing a prescription for Jimmy John's.
Oh, that's so funny.
You need some food, bro.
Think your doctor's so skinny? Let me borrow that prescription pad. And you write 1 sandwich. Here, doc, this is for me, and it's on me.
So I'm gonna give him a $5.
What's the opposite of metformin?
What's that?
It's the diabetes drug, right?
Oh, I thought you had a punchline.
Yeah.
The way you asked the question.
Yeah.
I know what metformin is. The opposite of metformin is Coke Heavy.
But you can't prescribe that. There needs to be a prescription medication that makes people fatter
There should be a
in
prescription
situations like that. And it
Here's
can't
a
just
great
be
idea.
food.
It's called THC, brother.
Ooh, you know what? There should be a prescription Coke that has like double the sugar and tastes better, but you have to go to a doctor to get it.
They should make an energy drink that's sweetened with insulin called
Ooh.
insane insulin.
Insane.
I'm just chugging my insane insulin, getting my blood sugar right, and my caffeine sugar right.
Doctor's orders.
It brings you up and then way down.
Insane insulin. We gotta work on that idea.
Well, that's what like so all the pre-workout names I love. They're like I am fucked up, insanity,
Yeah.
just awesome shit. Rich Pianos was 5150, which is
Yeah.
like so funny.
And also kill it. I was at
Yeah.
the supplement store last
It's
week.
Hilarious.
I was at the supplement store last week and I walked in and I was like, hey, do you have like any pre-workouts on sale? 'Cause I was looking for a pre. And the
Mhm.
first thing the guy says is like, yeah, well, how about hide insanity?
Oh,
I was like,
high
"Ah."
insanity is fucked.
Oh yeah, no. I was like that. No, like I don't want one that's gonna like give me diarrhea. It's not that bad. It's only 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah,
Which I guess what energy drinks are in the States, but
some.
it's too much. It's gonna fuck
No.
me up when I'm in the gym.
Last week I did the G Fuel review and I drank like a little bit of it. And then the next day I was doing schoolwork all day. And so in the morning I cracked I think a Rise and I sipped that over the course of like 2 hours while sitting in my chair doing schoolwork. And I was gonna game later, and went on a walk, did some stuff around the house, cleaned up, and then around like 3 o'clock, I was like, I'm feeling kind of tired. Maybe I'll have like some more of the G Fuel. And so I drank some of it. Again, I drank probably a third of it, and it's 300 milligrams of caffeine. And I made dinner and like did a bunch of stuff, and then I sat down, and I could feel like my arms like tingling, and like I felt like I was having a panic attack. I felt like what I get when I get way too high, and I was like, I didn't smoke today. I didn't do any edibles. So I was like,
they should pay us for this review.
And my wife looked at me and she's like, "You're really pale. Are you okay?" I was like, "I am not okay. I gotta go like walk around the neighborhood. I gotta go do something. I am not okay. I am not doing well." And I was just so jittery and just so like out there. I felt so strange, and it really fucked up my day. And then we gamed and did actually well.
Let's see, performance enhancer.
You know,
I'll do like 300 milligrams of caffeine in a day, but just I don't want it all at once.
If that happens again, Tom,
too old for that shit.
Go outside on your trampoline, turn on POD Alive, and do flips.
I take 200 milligrams in the morning, and then either drink coffee throughout the day, or tea, or take 100 milligram increments. But like you have to do the math. I think like you have to like learn how your body works, and you don't want to have more caffeine than you need. You don't want to have less.
Yeah,
like you don't want to.
I've been tapering off my intake a lot.
I've tapered off my intake like crazy. Like even the pre-workout I have now is like Optimum Nutrition, and it's only 100 milligrams of caffeine.
I use like, Ghost, which is 150.
Yeah. So like I use
crack.
Super. I use super low, and then like that's about all the caffeine I kind of need now. And occasionally, like if like we all have like a Coke Zero or something, but it's like 30 milligrams, so it's not that crazy. So it's like 130 at most. And then the days where I'm like not working out, but I'm sitting at the computer doing homework, and like I'll have like a Rise. I'll go to the store and get like a Rise, which are like 180. But then I sip that over 2 hours, so it's not that bad. So like at most during the days I'll have like 180 milligrams, which is a lot less than what I would usually do, and just fuck my system up. Taking my 200 milligram pre-workout in the morning, and then getting back and being like, I'm kind of tired. Like I could use like another energy drink before we stream tonight, and getting like a Monster and drinking that at like 8 p.m.
I do stuff like that, and it doesn't affect me. I don't know why.
It affects. It catches up, and I just can't do it anymore. But
I think energy drinks are good for you.
I love them.
Yeah, they got vitamins.
I'll never quit because I love the taste. But...
I mean, I know how to moderate stuff. I know how to moderate stuff intuitively, because I need to have less than most people of stuff.
Mm-hmm. But that's I just been better about.
We have the douchebag left, D-Fuel.
Yo, that's cool.
I love calling it the douchebag left.
It tastes like Axe body spray.
Tastes like fuck.
Tastes like a hot couch.
Shit.
Woo! Tastes like a fucking hot load.
Our flavors: we got crackhead, we got violent sports parent, we got apple, green apple.
Crazy apple.
Crazy fucking apple. Crazy ass apple.
Psycho apple. Crazy ass apple.
Fucking the guy that's his own marketing department has too much money. Yeah. We got what the fuck watermelon.
That's all those companies. They're just like, oh, we got Psycho Peach.
Schizo strawberry.
Yeah, we got straight up schizo strawberry. So funny. And then they're like, and pina colada.
Danger to myself and others, durian.
That's already
the least popular flavor.
Durian flavor.
Calling this shit 5150 is so funny.
It's so fucking funny, man.
Yeah, they have to put you away after you take this.
After I take this, I'm gonna fucking hurt somebody.
Like a 5150 is just like being in jail, basically.
So cool.
Except they're like injecting you with random drugs.
Just like taking that and then calling the cops. Come to my house in an hour. Someone's gonna need this.
So funny. It makes you fucking metal, mate. Walking into GNC, I need some Jack 3D.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Go have a nice.
I hope you learned something
glass
today.
Of pre-workout.
Have some Jack 3D or some pina colada. Fuck you powder.
Promo code CHAPOFYM.
Yep.
Use it.
Insane psycho energy.
Chapo FYM
Chapo FYM. Guys, I see you.
are a collective group of cyberbullies, terrorists, leftists, hackers, and all other sorts of scum.
Guys, I see you.
The feds are after you guys. How much more communist and ignorant can you get?